Hey you guys, what's up? It's Andrea and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something that I told you I would never do. So if you didn't know, I actually have a whole nother YouTube channel and an Instagram, and then I have a store that specifically sells slime. And recently I've been getting a lot of people asking me for recipes. So for this one time only, as a special thank you for almost 600,000 on the channel, by the way, thank you. I appreciate it so much, and that's really, really cool. Also, you know, if you want to help me get there quicker, share this video with a friend who also likes to make slime or wants different recipes, and I would absolutely love you for it, so thank you so much for that. But as a limited time, like one time only thing, I'm going to be sharing my top 4 best-selling slime recipes with you guys today. By the way, some links should be popping up if you guys want to check out any of my slime accounts, or if you want to check out my personal accounts, because I really like doing other stuff other than slime sometimes, and it'd be really cool to hang out with you. They are all down below, or some of them should have popped up on the screen by now. So if you want to check this out, that would be really cool. If you want to be really, really cool, you can turn notifications on, because that makes you part of the notification squad. Here's some of the newest members of the notification squad. You guys are really cool. Thank you so much for being here, and being here in like the first hour or so, because that's when I really get to interact with you guys and talk in the comments, so I really appreciate that. Also, I have a few really exciting things to announce at the end of this video. You will like them, I promise. So, 2 things, if you want to guess what they are. Here are a few options. Go ahead and vote in that poll if you want to interact. That would be really cool. And then wait till the end of this video and I will be telling you what they are. So just wanted to let you know that, because I'm really excited about it and I really hope that you guys like it too. Other than that, let's get on with the video. Okay, so first here is the Activator recipe. This is the one I'm going to be using with every single slime that you're going to see today. This is definitely one of my favorites for all kinds of different glue, white glue as well as clear glue. Just make sure everything's dissolved before you use it. So the first recipe I decided to do, I think is pretty fitting because, you know, Peachybbies, peach ring gummy. I thought it was kind of cute, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So what you're going to need is clear glue and then some scents. Here are 2 different brands that I really like, that I feel like are really easy to get. I got mine off of Amazon. P&J is definitely my favorite, but then this one, I don't remember the name of this one, I'm really sorry, but this one is definitely second. So if you see those bottles, you can go for it. I need the peach scent, which I believe is PB&J, but I didn't have any, so I used a different one. But I definitely recommend that one. I think it's just called Peach. Then putting about 1/4 a teaspoon in and mixing that up. That's actually what changes the color of the slime. A lot of people were thinking I use lotion or something different. I totally don't. You can if your slime doesn't react to the scent the same way mine does, but for me, I don't really need it. I feel like it's stretchy enough without it. Then for the coloring, this one is way too pink. Typically, I will use half pink and half orange to create that peach color, and that's what you should really do if you're trying to go for an identical peach ring gummy. For this, I was out of those colors, so we have a pink peach ring gummy, but I'm just trying to show you the texture more than the color. So after it has been fully mixed up, you can over borax it if you want the best texture possible, or you can just start playing with it until all the bubbles are gone. Then add some orange foams. Mine are from Amazon. Just search orange foam beads and you'll get them, and leave it sit for a little bit, and then you have peach ring gummy. This is honestly one of my favorite slimes. It smells so, so good, and it has like a really thick texture to it, which I think is really, really nice in clear slimes. By the way, just a heads up, if I don't specifically say the name of an ingredient I'm using, definitely check in the description below or on my blog in a few days, because I'm going to link you guys to everything that I've used in this video. And for the next recipe, we have another bestseller, and this one's actually stuffed animal cracker. So this is definitely the one to try and make if you love slimes with texture. So for this one, we're using the P&J cotton candy smell, which is one of my favorites, by the way, using 1/4 a teaspoon. And then this time we actually do need red food coloring, so adding just the tiniest bit to make it like a really pretty pink. When you have all of that mixed up, add a tablespoon of cornstarch, or I think it's best to eyeball things like this, so I'm leaving in the mixing process for you, and that way you can go by the texture rather than by exact measurements, because it can be completely different for everybody. Next, I had about 1/4 cup of shredded foam, so add it in bit by bit, and this is really important because if your slime starts to look too clumpy, or if it looks like you've just added so much foam that it's absorbing all the liquid, you don't need to add all of it. Just add to how much you want and to get the right texture. Do you know what I mean? Once all of that is mixed in, you can activate it. This one, just a heads up, will need a little bit more activation because you did add that foam in while the slime was still technically glue, so some of the foam has absorbed that. So if it gets sticky after you've activated it, don't worry, just activate it a little bit more, and eventually it should stay without having any of the glue leak out. It's better this way just because if you don't put the foam in with the glue, then you get like weird white specks in your slime. I'm not a big fan of it, but you could totally do that as well. And then more beads. I got these from Amazon. Again, just search rainbow foam beads, and you have stuffed animal cracker. And on to the third slime, which is actually something new. The recipe is the exact same recipe I use for toxic pineapple, so just a heads up, if you want to make that, just switch out the scents and the color and you have toxic pineapple. I got bored and I was like, hey, let's make something new. So I added about 4 glue bottles worth of glue because I was out of glue bottles, so I just used it out of the gallon. And then I added the blue color and then this really nice like cotton candy fluff scent. And then here is the part that actually makes the texture a little bit different, is to use cornstarch. So I would say about 1/3 of the glue you use, you should add that much cornstarch. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But it needs to be pretty thick. You need to add more than you think you would need. Then once it's completely mixed up and all of the clumps are beat out of it, or at least for the most part, like no big clumps. If there's little tiny ones, you can't really get rid of all of those. But as long as the big clumps are beat out, and then the texture should look just like this, like kind of a thick cake batter kind of thing, then you can activate it. Once it's fully activated, it should look a little something like this. I left this one to sit out for a little bit if your slime is too sticky. Pro tip, or maybe not a pro tip, I don't know if this works for everybody, but I just leave mine sit out for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it seems to get them a little bit less sticky. Don't quote me on it. I don't know if it's maybe just where I live, but it seems to work for me. So, I mean, maybe you can try it. Let me know if it works. And then my favorite part about this one, guys, look at those sprinkles. How cute is that? Just, oh my gosh, my heart. It's so aesthetic. It's so beautiful. I'm definitely putting this in my shop. Just watch for it because it is honestly, I can't believe how much I like this one. I just love how the cornstarch makes everything so much puffier, and it gives it a really thick, nice texture. So definitely a really cool slime recipe to try out. And finally, we have one of my most requested recipes probably ever, and this is how to make the cloud cream texture. So first, start off with some glue. I would say that was probably like 3 bottles of glue, and then some scent. Again, this was PB&J, and it was just the peppermint scent. And then I didn't have the right color of green, so I had to mix up 2 different things, but literally any color, any food coloring you have should work for this. Just we're trying to go for like a pastel mint green. Then mix that up. I was not sure if this was going to make the right color, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Then for the little chocolate chips, we are using craft glitter. You can use the finer glitter if you want something that's a little bit thinner, but I wanted these ones to stand out. And then here is where you can totally play with the recipe. You can add cornstarch, you can add clay, you can experiment with adding different things to get the consistency a little bit different. But for me, I am just bringing in the secret ingredient, and it is called powdered hydrogel. Now, the specific brand that I use, you can only get wholesale, so I'm not going to be like, go out and buy this brand, because I have a lot of it in my house, you guys. But if you just search powdered hydrogel, you should find a lot of different options. If you don't want to go out and buy a special ingredient, I have heard that the stuff in baby diapers is very similar. I've never tried it personally, so don't quote me on it. It might not work, but I have heard a lot of people say that it does. I used about a tablespoon of this in this much slime, so you kind of got to approximate it a little bit. Just keep adding until it looks like a cake batter type of consistency. Then you can activate it. It will take a little bit more activator than you're normally used to, just because you have the hydrogel in it and it's activating, so it can stay sticky a lot longer. If you fully activated it and it's still a little bit sticky, I leave mine out for about 4 hours to overnight before I'll actually start using them or playing with them or coloring them. So definitely try that if it is still sticky. You could totally make any kind of cloud cream with this recipe. I just wanted to experiment and make something new, and I think it turned out pretty well. I'm really happy with it. Also, because mint chip is one of my favorite ice creams. I don't know, what's your favorite ice cream? If you're mint chip, then we can be friends. And that is how to make cloud creams. Did you guys guess it? Did you guys think that it was cool? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. That was it for the video. Did you guys like it? Did you think it was cool? I switched up 2 of the recipes, so they're not technically like the candy hearts or the cherry garcia, stuff that I've already made, but I made the base recipe exactly the same. So I hope that you liked it. Also, if you haven't and you liked this video, definitely go ahead and leave it a thumbs up before you go, because that would make me really happy and I would really appreciate it. Like I said in the video, I did switch up a few of the recipes so that they were easier for you to recreate. Like I said, since I have a store, I literally buy everything in bulk. And when I say in bulk, I mean I spend a few $100s per ingredient, and that's the only way you can get them. So I did try to switch them up. I didn't want to just give you the recipe and tell you to go buy something that you couldn't buy unless you actually owned a business. So I hope that's okay with you, but it does come out to the same product. So I hope you like it. I hope that helps you a little bit. If you are here this far in the video, thank you so much, first of all. I'm really glad that you took the time out of your day to listen to this video, and I'm really glad that you're excited about the same things that I'm excited about. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is something that I'm so excited for, and if you like my shop or you like my slime store, then it's definitely something that I feel like you're really gonna like as well. So you guys know that I do sell the cloud creams, and a lot of you have been asking for ingredients to make them, which you have there. But if you want to try and make it with the ingredients that I myself use, like the different scents and the powdered hydrogel that I use, I'm actually working on making a DIY like create your own cloud cream kit. So there's going to be a bunch of different ones, and they're going to include like little scent tubes, and then they're going to include the hydrogel powder just in like smaller packages. If you want a specific scent or a specific kind, definitely let me know down below. And the other exciting thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is more of a question for you guys. So I really want to make some cool new stuff on this channel, as well as on my slime channel and then my second channel where I do like more real life stuff. But my question for you guys is, I know that you want to see specific things, and I would love to make those for you. I want to know, what things do you most want to see me do? Like, what videos would you most like to see me make? And it's not just me asking you for content, because I really want to hear like your creative ideas, something that you might think is really fun, something that you might think is really cool. And if I pick your idea, I want to give you credit in either the beginning of the video or in the description bar. So I thought it might be something that would be kind of fun for you guys, as well as something that would really help me out in making stuff that you like. So that was something that I wanted to talk about with you guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below, or some video ideas that you'd really love to see me do, and I would love to recreate them for you. So other than that, I love you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!